December 1943, somewhere in the vast Pacific Ocean. The night is black, infinite, merciless. Waves lash the hull of the destroyer escort like invisible fingers of fate. Yet beneath that deceptive calm, a danger waits. Patient, calculating, silent, deadly. Suddenly, engines falter, lights flicker, and the ship drifts, helpless, a lone silhouette in waters controlled by unseen enemies. Every sailor feels the chill of fear crawl up their spine. The unthinkable has arrived. Japanese submarines lurk below, invisible predators, periscopes slicing through the waves like knives, eyes sharp, minds ready to strike. Radios crackle with nothing but static, a mocking reminder that help is far away, that procedure is powerless, that survival depends on decisions no manual can teach. The crew whispers, glances exchanged heavy with dread, hearts pounding in the unnatural silence, every breath audible, each step weighted with the knowledge that one wrong move could mean death. Above deck, a junior officer, neither captain nor decorated hero, sees clearly the truth. Wait, and all perish, vanish beneath these endless black waves. With that knowledge burning in his chest, he acts without orders, without precedent, rerouting damaged electrical lines, sparks flying, metal groaning, every touch a risk, every motion a gamble. Alone, improvising, he constructs a plan of deception, transforming a single crippled ship into the illusion of an entire fleet. Signal lamps blink in impossible patterns, shadows shift across the deck, chains clank, metal scrapes. Every sound, every movement carefully orchestrated to convince unseen eyes that dozens of vessels surround them, converging, ready to strike, an orchestra of survival. A phantom armada conjured from ingenuity, courage, and desperation. Below, Japanese commanders detect the anomaly almost immediately. Suspicion spreads like wildfire, a target so still, so deliberate, it defies logic. Too quiet, impossible, one whispers. It cannot be alone, mutters another. Hands shake on torpedo controls, eyes scan frantically, minds race. Certainty cracks. The captain adjusts the periscope again, gut tightening, instincts screaming danger, calculations rechecked, angles measured. Nothing reconciles. The ship behaves against logic, and hesitation creeps into every command like a shadow of death. Torpedoes slice through black water, narrowly missing hull and railing, pressure waves shivering through the ship. Sailors flinch with each near miss, confusion blooming into fear as murmurs spread. Perhaps this is a trap. Perhaps reinforcements wait unseen. Perhaps this is the work of more than one ship. Orders are questioned, intelligence doubted, maps rechecked, reports second-guessed. And the Japanese crews, once confident, now hesitate, paralyzed by the invisible hand guiding the destroyer. Every blink of a signal lamp, every shift of shadow convinces them that forces beyond their perception are converging, and fear spreads, subtle but lethal. Above, the American officer improvises faster than panic, moving into the line of fire to maintain the illusion, recalibrating signals, repositioning lights, every step a gamble, every breath a bet against annihilation. Minutes stretch into hours, torpedoes fired and missed repeatedly. Hesitation grows into dread, and the hunter becomes haunted by a ghost. The crew on deck holds its breath, aware that one misstep could undo everything. The ocean itself feels like a drumbeat of fate, crashing waves echoing the tension across the ship. Hours pass, night stretches into early dawn, and still the Japanese remain uncertain, unnerved, haunted by their own doubts. Each officer questions what they have seen. Could one ship manipulate perception so perfectly? Is this a trap, or are they surrounded by forces unseen? Orders are given and revoked in quick succession. Fear begins to override strategy. Meanwhile, the officer above continues relentlessly, creative, fearless only because necessity demands it. Every small success, the blink of a light, the subtle shift of a shadow, sends ripples of panic below. The submarines begin to retreat, slowly, cautiously, unnerved, convinced they have faced a fleet, not a single ship, leaving behind nothing but black water and silence. The destroyer limps forward, battered but alive, crew collapsing where they stand, unaware of how close death had been, that survival came not from power, procedure, or orders, but from ingenuity, courage, and one man's refusal to surrender. The officer returns quietly to duty, logs noting efficiency over valor. No medals, no headlines, no parades, yet the ship, the crew, and history itself have been saved. And the Pacific, endless and merciless, keeps its secrets, proving that in World War II, the bravest weapon was invention under pressure. Hesitation could be deadlier than fire, and sometimes the fate of many rests entirely on one person who refuses to obey fear, refuses to wait, refuses to give in. Bending history without anyone ever knowing it happened. Unseen. Unforgettable. But the story does not end there. Weeks later, intelligence reports hint at unexplainable Japanese delays across the Pacific theater. Objectives missed, patrols rerouted, submarines hesitant, momentum lost. Japanese commanders never fully understand why. Only that their own confidence, once absolute, had been shaken. By a single ship, a single officer, and the illusion he created. And in the hearts of those sailors who survived, the memory lingers of how fragile life was, how easily it could have ended, and how courage, ingenuity, and resolve alone carried them through a night that could have been their last. History would remember battles, fleets, maps, and strategies, but not always the quiet defiance, the unseen ingenuity, the single mind that bends fate. On that black ocean in that long night, one man's resolve altered the course of events, not with power, not with rank, not with force, but with imagination, courage, and the refusal to surrender. And sometimes that is all it takes to change history.